Hello everybody, it's June 1st. Yay, new vlog. A little bit messy of a day so far. I just got done with my workout. In May, I was really bad about a lot of things. For one, I did not really keep up with a workout schedule. Granted, I moved and went and saw Misha, so there was a lot going on. There's also a new aspect of my social life that's new and unfocused, apparently, that is taking adjustment to. Bit of a personal, private thing. Maybe I'll tell you about it later, who knows. The battery's dying, so 1 second. Okay, fresh battery. Anyway, so May did not go as planned. I failed TBR. I failed my writing challenge. I did manage to get the short story done, barely. Now it needs a lot of editing. So here's what's happening in June, okay? A lot of stuff is happening. I have another sudden, unfortunate trip to take next week because my grandmother has passed away. So unexpected, well, no, wasn't unexpected. It's an unexpected trip for me after just getting back because we weren't sure who was gonna be able to go to the funeral since it is in another state, but my mom and I will be going, so there's that. But I have a lot to catch up on goal-wise. We need to finish a costume entirely. I was planning on working on it last month, but the pattern never arrived and I can't find any trace of said pattern, so I have ordered a new pattern for it and hopefully that works. But so we have a costume to make, we have more bookmarks to make, we have a short story to write, we have a whole big TBR. I'm doing 2 readathons this month with Whatever-a-thon and Guild-a-thon / Finish a Series-a-thon. I'm not sure what the new official name is of it, but it's that one's a Discord run readathon, and then Whatever-a-thon is from booktube. So yeah, there's that. So we actually end up having like 18 books so far on the TBR. I said 16 in the TBR video, but it's now gone up because one book not on the TBR dropped in Libby and I really want to read it. And then I carried over the one that I did not finish, which was The Royal We. So anyway, we're just gonna try to get our life back on track and figure out all the things. So in case anybody was curious about the new workout stuff, so I go and aside from like going to my gym, which I need to go back to, which is really just my rec center for anybody who cares, to do the elliptical stuff, I usually print out 4 challenges, monthly challenges. I'm so sorry, this camera just does not want to focus anymore. I think the lens is scratched and it keeps focusing on that scratch and not on me. I need a new camera. Support me on Ko-fi if you want me to get a new camera. It's about $750 for the new one that I look for. Anyway, okay, deal with the fuzziness, sorry. So the 4 that I've chosen this month, I have Cardio Hit, which is involving, if you can see, so the ones I did today is 6 sets of 30 side jacks and 30-second jumping jacks, 30 seconds each on those. So you do 6 sets of that. That's what I did today. Tomorrow it alternates to elbow planks, so a 30-second elbow plank for 2 of those. So that's one. Then I'm doing surprisingly way more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Upper body light. I'm hurting. I'm gonna hurt tomorrow. It was 40 shoulder taps and 40 bicep extensions, 3 sets. Like, they look easy. Like, you're going like this and you're going like this and you're not like holding weights or anything, but 40 of them, 3 sets of 40 of them, yeah, it hurts. And then it alternates with 60 raised arm circles in one go. So that'll be fun. Well, that's tomorrow. It's gonna alternate. Oh my God, it's gonna get to 340. How is this light? Okay, great. Then we are doing glutes of steel. And this one is an alternating between bridges and leg extensions. So today we did 3 sets of 12 bridges. And then tomorrow will be 40 leg extensions in total for the day, basically. And lastly, we're doing easy abs, which is doing bike crunches and sitting twists. So today was 10 air bite crunches, 6 sitting twists in total, 3 sets of it, but no rest. And then it alternates doing bite crunches in total throughout the day. So we're probably just going to do that in one go, because it's just 30 bite crunches, which are easier. Granted, it's going to get to 100, so we'll see. So that's that plan. There we go. I'm in the middle of 3 books right now. Not in the middle, I just started 3 books today. So I literally have 1 audiobook, 1 paper, hardcover, and 1 ebook, because I'm starting off with my punishment of only reading before work. So we've done that, and so I'm reading, and then one of the challenges is to read a different format, and the only different format that I don't normally read is an ebook, and I happen to have this book as an ebook, so we're starting that. Got 1 of each. There we go. The short story this month is a horror, and I've kind of got an idea for it, but it's not fully formed yet. But I also had to carry over what I didn't write, so I missed about 7,700, I think, and 27 words is what I missed out on for May. So I've carried that, which means I need to write 31,000-ish words this month. So really gonna get going on writing, especially since I did not write today. So it's supposed to be about 1,000 a day. So tomorrow, hopefully, I will write 2,000 words and catch up really quickly and not fail again. So much failure. So yeah, it's gonna be an intense month for June, but I'm hoping to take July easy because it's my birthday month. I'm hoping. We'll see. All right, that's June 1st. Hello all. I don't know why I woke up with a bit of a scratchy voice today, but I have. It is June 3rd right now. I've not finished any books yet. I'm a little bit panicking about books because more keep dropping in my Libby app again, which has now put the TBR at like 21. But we're fine. We're fine. I might veto my current punishment of only read before work, because I won't be at work from after today for like almost a week, because I will be going to my grandmother's funeral. So I might change it to like only reading in the morning or something like that. I don't know. Sorry, my little lens guy is not coming out. But anyway, fun thing I discovered this morning, because I am working from home this morning, is on my keyboard. So I love my keyboard, right? It's a mechanical keyboard. It lights up and stuff, and it makes clickety-clackety noises. But here's my little port to charge it. Somehow there's supposed to be, you know, the little metal part that sits right in there. It's gone, because I went to charge it this morning and I'm like, why is this not sitting in there? And like, I couldn't connect it. Why is the cord just falling out? And it's gone. And I don't know how that's happened, because this doesn't move. It sits on this desk. So, I don't know. But it needs a charge because it was going to die, and I have to work. So I had to really quickly purchase a new keyboard. Not that I wanted to, because my funds really don't want me to do that. So I was looking for one of the cheapest ones I could find that was still kind of a mechanical keyboard, that was still wireless, so I can take it places. And so I found one. It's not the one I absolutely wanted, because it's a different color than the one I wanted, but it's fine, because it's gonna work and it still looks cute, at least online. We're gonna see if it matches. But what I got was a U-Boti, and this is a mouse and keyboard set. So we're gonna try to open this on camera and see what it looks like. You know, who doesn't love a good little haul, you know? You know, there it is. Like, where's Sting? I need Sting for this. Well, here's the mouse and a brush. Okay. So it's green. So here's the mouse. Cute. You know, not quite what I have right now. And here we go. And here's the baby. There, okay. All right, okay. Oh no! Doesn't make as nice of a clickety-clack. It's more of a silent clickety-clack. Dang it! Oh well. This is the keyboard. It's green. I guess it's okay that it's not making my noises. It's still fun. It still has a nice feel to it, I guess. But we need to give this baby batteries, I think. Yes. I need batteries, which I have. So that's fine. But hey, keyboard. Alright, let's get back to work. Somebody's here. Hello. Just for one night. But we're here. Are you happy? Are we happy, girls? So as we were coming back. Oh, look at you. You're so happy. As we were... Oh gosh, I'm all zoomed. Whoa. What are you doing? Ma'am? What? I was gonna tell a story. What are we doing? You want to show them? You want to show them what we found? What we found outside when we came in back the building? That wasn't English I said there. In this entry hallway that we have here, people like to leave stuff that they don't want anymore. They're just, you know, up for grabs. And somebody had 4 boxes of books. Now, only one book in here is one. No, there's a couple in here that I have interest in reading. However, people need to know there are things called Pango books in Second and Charles where you can sell, because these are decent books. There's fancy hardcovers of Cassandra Clare books, like that whole Lady Midnight series and stuff. Bane Chronicles is in here. Yeah, like Tales from Shadowhunter Academy is in here, and they're in good condition. There's a bunch of YA in here that I'm gonna sell. Like, better than going in the garbage. If you don't want them, I know what to do with them. So, granted, I have to go list all these. There is some lovely Stephanie Meyer in here, but you know, people like what they like, and you're allowed to, as long as you give me money for it. Because we need that, and you know, it's book swap money. So yeah, they weren't too happy about stopping to get all this stuff because I had to go back down several times and leave them here, so that was a little bit scary, but we did. What are we doing? What are we... Okay. Are you happy? Are you happy to be here again? I know. We weren't here last week because I wasn't here last week. It ruined our rhythm. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that was a fun little thing, but yo, if you're getting rid of books, Pango books. Open up a little shop there, or take them to your local used bookstore, because you will get money or books for them. I don't know why people want to just throw books in the trash. Unless they're like horribly, irreparably damaged. Like, yeah, I get that. These are in good quality, so why? I don't know. All right, we got a stream to get to. Let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Krampus. Happy birthday to you.
Are you ready?
Woo.
Want to help me?
Oh, go help him.
Yay!
I will cut it.
Like, did I do it?
Oh, yeah.
You get an extra birthday every year.
Yeah.
And now you can eat Iris's treats too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Morning, everybody. It is June 10th. I know there's been quite a bit of a gap in the vlog here. For the last 4 days, I was in Minnesota because my grandmother passed away. So wasn't really filming anything. I just got back last night at like 2 a.m. Our flight was delayed, but we're back home. And I'm behind again on so much stuff. I have only finished 2 books so far this month, so I'm very, very behind on that, but I did want to talk about the books that I did finish. So the first one that I finished was The Midnight Queen by Sylvia Izzo Hunter. And I bought this book years ago. I meant to read it during the reading rush. And it was in the summer, it was the week that my sister was getting married in Ireland. And I had it on ebook there, and I did not read it. I read a bunch of other ones, but this is the one I did not get to. So I have now read this one. I really, really enjoyed this. This was a lot different than what I thought it was gonna be. It's kind of like, it was interesting because it's a historical fantasy, but it was also dealing with a culture that I was not familiar with, which is Breton. Not Britain, Breton, which is like one of the old Celtic, I don't have words right now, groups of people kind of in France area. And so I was very confused. I'm like, what are they talking about? And I had to like Google it for a little bit because it's just something I'm unfamiliar with. And it deals with this kind of a guy who goes to this college for mages and magic, and he gets into trouble. So his professor, as kind of a punishment, forces him to come home with him. So we can keep an eye on him, kind of thing. His professor is an asshole, by the way. Not like a mentor character. This is a jackass character. And he meets his 3 daughters, one of whom is very inquisitive and wants to learn magic and stuff, so they kind of build a friendship there, which leads to something more. And discovering a lot of other secret plots that kind of unfold. So it had a lot more going on it than what I see, because there's like this secret plot to kind of kill the king. It's interesting. It dealt with history and stuff. I was kind of confused timeline wise with some of the storytelling that was going on in here, but then it did end up kind of making sense. There are 2 more books in the series, and I definitely want to read them. I really like this. I feel like this was, no, it's Penguin. I feel like this was an indie book many years ago, and then was picked up or something, but it is a Penguin, it looks like. Just one that's not talked about a lot, and I feel like it should be talked about more. So if you like kind of historical romance, if you like fantasy, I would say it's a fantasy first, then a historical, then a romance. The romance is not predominant in this, but it has its nice moments that are very cute and nice, and also and relevant, very relevant to the plot. For our main characters, I really liked that, so there's the 2 main characters are Gray and Sophie. I really liked that Gray is kind of an awkward disaster. Like, he's tall and lanky and stammers and is very unsure of himself, and for a lot of like main character, especially dealing with magic and stuff, he wasn't like pompous, he wasn't like, in a lot of the realm of like historical romance for male leads, he was a very different type of male lead that you don't see often. You usually see more of like the Darcy types and stuff, and so his characterization was very refreshing for this genre. And Sophie was great too. She was a little bit more like the usual heroines where, you know, she wants to learn, she wants to expand her mind, she wants to learn her magic and stuff, and she's very determined that way. And so she felt more like, okay, this is a fairly standard heroine, but still had uniqueness about her. And there's still a lot more to learn about her magic, about their magic, about how their magic interacts with each other, and where the story is going on here. I was confused though about one point, because Sophie is technically the daughter of this other woman, who is kind of the second wife. Oh, sorry, camera. Come on, baby. Come on, focus. There we go. So she's the daughter of the professor's second wife, but she has a younger sister, and I was confused by this because at one point she talks to that younger sister, be like, oh, this was before you were born, but then there's flashbacks, and I'm like, wait, so are they half-sisters or are they adopted sisters? Because if they're half-sisters, why doesn't Joanna have any magic? And that part doesn't, I mean, maybe it'll come into play for the next books, but I was a little confused lineage-wise there in the lineup, because I know the older sister doesn't have magic. She's the professor's daughter, and she's the stepsister. But the younger sister, I was very confused as to her parentage. So, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah,
I really liked it. I do think it could be a little bit shorter, even though like it's 400 some pages, just over 400. There were some parts that kind of dragged a little bit just in the world building aspect, but I also kind of liked that because I liked the intricacy. Like, you felt like these were scholarly people. And sometimes when you write a book with scholarly people in them, it's easy to just say, oh yeah, they were reading books and stuff. But this goes into the magics, it goes into the science behind it a bit, so you get that flavor that, like, yes, these are scholars. So anyway, I gave that 4 stars. It took me 9 days to get through it because I was reading it on ebook, because it's whatever-a-thon. Stop the camera. And one of the challenges is to read in a different format, and since I had it on ebook already from years ago, I decided to do that. The next book I read was Tiger Moon, which is by Antonia Michaelis, and I thought this was a middle grade. This is not a middle grade at all. This is a young adult with some much more adult themes in it. It's a very strange book, like it feels like it should be a middle grade, but we deal with arranged marriage, with some sex, with virginity, with murder and death, and like death of a child was in this one. There's 2 children die in this, actually. I mean, if you want to count teenagers as children as well, then okay, several children die in this. So be warned for that. I didn't like this as much as I wanted to. I picked this up on a whim at Second and Charles, which is why I thought it was a middle grade, because it was in the middle grade section. This ain't no middle grade. I didn't like how some of the women were treated in this. There were a couple random characters, because it's kind of a fantasy adventure. And this was my jungle card, and I'm going to keep that as the card because there were some parts that felt like this was a jungle. And the word jungle was in here, so I'm counting it. Very, very, very loosely. But yeah, it deals with the main character who is kind of a con man thief who then gets recruited by Krishna to go rescue his daughter who has been taken by the Demon King Ravana. But there's also like this dual story going on where there is a young woman who has been sold off to this other guy. I don't remember what he really was. I think he was like a soldier general guy. Very powerful Muslim man. And she was Hindu. So there was a lot of different cultures kind of interacting in this book, which was interesting to see. But I also felt a little weird by it, just the way that those cultures kind of interacted. And now also knowing that this author is German. Oh, I guess this is a translated book, though. This is translated, but I assume it's translated from German. So it was just kind of strange reading this and then realizing that, and I'm like, I'm not sure how much I can take, like, with this book, how much I can take from it in terms of it being an Indian story and dealing with Hinduism and Muslims and a few other different cultures that are sprinkled in. I really didn't like, I mean, if I take that out, because I'm not well educated enough to really judge on that, so I'll let somebody else do that. But in terms of the storytelling and stuff, so it's a dual story, so we have that story, and the girl who is married, who has been married off, she has not consummated her wedding night. There's a really heavy focus on virginity, which she's like, her husband's, he's going to kill her when he finds out she's not a virgin. And I'm like, how would he know, really? How is he gonna know? I don't think he's gonna know. If you just keep quiet, I don't think he's gonna know. I don't think that's something that the men folk really know, in my opinion. But anyway, it doesn't happen because, like, the guy gets sick and he can't consummate the marriage, so she's like trying to buy time and figure out a way to escape, and she talks to a servant boy and tells him the story of Farad, this guy here, who has been sent by Krishna to rescue the princess. And so it's kind of this little, you know, parallel story about it. And I just, like, Farad's story, I didn't like. There was a part where he's also disguising himself and he gets into the home of this British house pretending to be a holy man, and he ends up sleeping with the daughter. And while it was like, it was consensual and stuff, I was just irked by that, because you do this scene, he's deceiving her, and then he leaves. And we don't hear anything from this ever again. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. It felt like a pointless way to bring in a character and a pointless scene to have. It was just unnecessary. Then we have a few other girls that kind of help him throughout the way. One who heals him, and then another one who helps him during this desert storm thing. But then she ends up dying too. And I didn't like that we just kept killing girls or treating them like shit. So I wasn't a fan of that. It was still like an interesting adventure because I get the parallels and I get what it was trying to do. But everybody in this book is kind of trash. I didn't really like any of the characters. It took me so long, and this was one of the punishment books. I could only read this before work, which I'm also altering because I was doing the funeral and stuff to being only in the morning. So that's what I've altered that to, because I wasn't working for 4 days and I really had to get through this TBR. So I am going to alter that on the board where it's just reading in the morning, attempting to do before work kind of thing. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I might take it down. I put 3 stars right now, but I might take it down further now that I'm like thinking more and more about it. And it's also extremely, it's a 450 page book, and it does not need to be, I don't think. It kind of dragged down a bit. So anyway, those were physical reads. I have not finished an audiobook yet, again, because I've been busy, but I've also been reading Will of Ascension, which is 30 hours and not on the TBR, but I started it before May even began, or June even began, not May. I started it at the end of May, and need to get it done. And then I have a bunch of other books that dropped in my Libby app that are not on the TBR. I'm a disaster, guys. I still have 20 more books to read, and it's June 10th. So that's like a book a day. Thankfully, we'll probably be doing a bit of like a readathon this weekend. But also, something super happy and exciting is happening potentially on Sunday. And I'm very excited to show you guys. I won't say anything else now. But, I mean, I might have already posted about it on social media by the time this video goes up. But I'm very excited. And I can't wait. Okay, I'm gonna go back to work now. Look who it is! Where's my boy? Spartan. Spartan. Athena. What are we doing? You got stuff on you, honey. We are taking care of the boxers today. Can you let everybody, what? It's so exciting. We can't sit still. You wanna go to the couch? You guys wanna sit down? Come on. You come here and Snuggles? Is your Snuggles? Oh boy, yeah, you can sit. Hi, my girl. Hi, babies. Oh my gosh. Hello. Hello. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we can just hang out. I'm on my lunch break, so we're here. Yeah? Okay. Oh goodness. Goodness, your baby. Hey, girl, cute. Oh my goodness, you're so baby. Okay. Okay. Hello. Everybody good? Okay. We're gonna have some medicines. Well, you don't need the medicines right now. Barton gets the medicines now. I'm gonna hang out. And then we have to go back to work. Good morning. Hello. What? What were you saying? You just look at what's this? What is this? What? Really? What are you doing? You gotta stretch out. Yeah. This is the morning. It's just after 7 a.m. We've been up an hour and already had a walk and breakfast, and today is 48-hour readathon. Great. We have a lot of stuff to do. I've already been listening and trying to finish Will of Ascension. I've got a couple hours left to listening to it, and then we're gonna haul ass on books. We have a lot of errands to do today, though. One of them is to get her shot. She got a allergy shot that she needs. Let me just do that. We're gonna go get our hair cut. We're gonna probably dye it today. That's why I haven't washed it, so it's gonna look awful for the beginning. We're gonna go feed a boxers. We're gonna go do a return at Target and get the money back. And yeah, we're gonna try to get a bunch of stuff done today. What? This is them. You guys want to go in the car? What? I was just thinking about going in a car. You know, maybe. Maybe going in the car, getting a treat. Yeah? Go in the car? Okay, we're gonna go. Alright, we just finished putting together a little play area for the new baby. Hello everybody. We have finally finished listening to The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. This massive tome, 700 some odd pages or whatever. It took me 11 days to do it. I've been so busy. I've been kind of stressing out though that I haven't had time to read when I have such a big TBR. But anytime I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit and read, like somebody needs me for something. And it's been kind of annoying. My hair is cut now, by the way. Anyway, so this was super stressful, by the way. Oh my God. I am like, I love this book, but I'm also so mad at this book for what it did to a bunch of my babies. And I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce, how is this name spelled? Yeah, it is that, okay. Like, they did my boys, like, says it they done dirty. I mean, he's fine, but they still did him dirty for some stuff there. They definitely did Dachshund dirty, and Clubs. Everybody got done dirty in this one, I'm gonna say. I mean, it is the second book in a trilogy, because it's like the first trilogy and then there's a second trilogy, or I don't know if there's a third trilogy starting, or no, it's not a second trilogy. There's gonna be more to that series. Anyway, so yeah, I can't really tell you much about this without massive spoilers if you haven't read it. It's definitely worth it, in my opinion. It is a heavy high fantasy, so I get why some people don't like it. I like it because it's just massive world building, massive structure that you need to know, a very intricate magic system, big cast of characters. I got stressed by just so many of them, all the twists and turns that this one took. I don't know if I like this one more than Final Empire or not. I'm gonna have to sit on that. I think for a while I was leaning towards Final Empire being my favorite so far, but with the last couple hours of listening to this, I'm like, that might not be the case. But yay, it's done. It wasn't on the TBR. But yes, I don't know. I just love how Brandon Sanderson creates these worlds. It's a good dinosaur. Yeah. I'm glad I can always provide you with good dinosaurs to cuddle.
That's a good auntie to have.
Yeah.
What's
What's,
that?
oh, you see the perch? I just put that together. It's dry. Wave. There you are. Wave hi. Hi.
Say hi, handsome baby.
Who's that? Oh my goodness. I had a foot in the camera. Yep. Yep. That doesn't flip any further. Goes like that. Just chill. It's a great vlog pose. Tell everybody to like and subscribe. Hit that bell button if you want to get notifications, right? And a foot.
Your ticket.
That's a foot. Yeah, you see your own foot? Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. What's your best angle? Whoa. Whoa. Uh-huh. Tell everybody your day. Uh-huh. Hi. Yes? Uh-huh. The flowers. Just like looking at yourself?
He has made his first film.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's mostly about
What?
Bill's speech.
I mean, that's a good quality film. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
What? 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 Whoa! There you are! What? What? Whoa! Oh!
Mine now. You
Don't get it anymore. I know, and the fan. The fan is amazing. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh no!
How's that core?
Whoa! There we go. Is that good? Are we happy? Alright, so Quinn and my sister have just left. Sorry I didn't finish talking about Well of Ascension, but I feel like I also basically did finish talking about it. So it's done. Done and done and done. We're gonna start dyeing my hair now. And we're gonna start listening to The Royal We, which I missed out on doing last month. So we're going to do that now. Yeah, let's dye some hairs. We're going intense red here. And I probably only need one box now with how much they cut off my hair. Also, hello, yes, this is my haircut now. But they cut off quite a lot more than was planned. I don't know how well I can do this. I don't know. So yeah, they cut off some hairs there. But I probably only need one. Okay. Anyway, time to listen to The Royal We. It will take 9 hours to get through this book, so likely not finishing it today, but we are going to make some progress. So,
Ascension Audio presents The Royal We, written by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan, read by Christine Lincoln. Dedication to Remy, a queen among women.
So this was kind of day one of the 48-hour readathon. What I find funny is that even though I'm doing an audiobook and a physical book, I am 36% done with both of these for No More Black Magic and The Royal We, which I find funny. I'm really tired though. It's almost 11 p.m. so I'm gonna go to bed and we'll continue reading tomorrow after we pick up the Birb and stuff. But yeah, it's not the best 48-hour readathon I've ever done. One day I'm gonna have one where I like totally block out time and no one else can bother me and stuff and I can just read, but that's not how this weekend turned out at all. So good night. Hello everybody. Introducing a MAMBO.
MAMBO.
This is MAMBO.
I'm the baby.
This is us.
Hello.
It's my baby. We literally just got in here. She came out of her carrier and was like, I want to be on you.
right now. We were singing the whole way home.
I had to be singing the whole time.
We were chewing on fingers like
yes,
this.
we love it.
We love this. That's fun.
Yes.
Doesn't hurt, everybody. Just
Doesn't
calm down.
hurt.
Yeah.
I'm happier now. It was stressful, guys. It was a long drive.
I mean, it was a long drive. It was a 45-minute drive
It's a long time.
to get back. But we did it.
Yeah.
And we're good. We're happy. We're going to calm down and just chill. Get used to the space.
Those puppy cheeks.
And, yeah, like she didn't even want to go into her cage. She was just like, no, be with people. So as we were meeting her and stuff, she just hung out on my shoulder the whole time. We were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's a Mambo.
Do you want to see her on here? I want to see her on here.
I don't know if she wants to go on there yet. You want to hold this? You want to try this out?
I'm really bad at being the film. Oh God, too much backlight.
You can put that down. And then you can do that. Down here? No, you don't want to step up? You want to step up?
She's like, no.
There we go.
I was
Try
so
this?
cozy.
There you go.
Oh my God. It's all yours.
You're already on that.
It's all yours.
Look at you. Yeah. We were singing and whistling a lot. You got a little bell here. Got that. Yeah. If we poop on it, we know we're good, right?
Yes. Oh yay!
Hey, are you seeing all the things?
It's a pretty girl.
Fan because it's hot in here.
It's a pretty girl. Look at those cheekies. Oh, what you gonna do, babies?
Hi, baby. Do you want to come back? Okay.
Okay, I
Come
like this
back.
better. Oh, I love this. I love it. They're already best friends. We bonded already.
Bonded.
Look at them. Oh, it's Mama. It's Mama loves you already. Oh, you're so pretty, girl. Look at those feathers. Look at those
We had a bath before we got here.
Yes, we did.
We love baths.
Look at those cheekies. Look at those cheekies.
Yeah.
Are you pretty, girl?
We're so pretty. So we're just gonna chill and hang out and yeah.
Adapt.
What do you want to do?
Oh, good. We're gonna cuddle closer.
Okay.
I love being real close.
Real
Real close. We like to be close.
Yeah.
That's so tagging it. Oh, so pretty.
You can also meet your predecessor. He's in the other room.
Oh.
His little frame.
Oh.
But he never did this.
He's
But he was
love.
an abused baby. You were not.
Oh.
You're not an abused baby. Don't let's start telling them that you're abused.
No.
You were not abused. You were well loved.
Well loved.
Well loved. They just had too much going on and they couldn't give you enough attention. And
You deserve all the
I
attention.
will give you all the attention.
All the attention.
How's it going? Are you having a good time? What are we doing? Are we? Yep. We're doing some things. What? What are we doing? She's been very lovey-dovey. She's actually started grooming me a bit and also loves playing with my glasses. That's been a fun feature for her. Yeah? 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 What? 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 Quoi? Quoi? Really? Surely? Truly? Mickey boom. Yeah. Mickey boom. She's so pretty. Look at this pretty birdie. Look at this baby. Oh my goodness. We're so pretty. What? What? It's not focused on you. There we go. Now we're a little more focused on the birdie. She's so pretty. You want the glasses? Do you want the glasses? Yeah. This is our fun game. Chew on the glasses. Look how pretty you are. Oh yeah, look at those wings. Ooh.
we've discovered we like doing that. We like to sing Unbelievable by Owl City featuring Hanson. That might be our song. That was just a check-in. I'm still reading. I'm sad I'm not going to be able to finish 3 books for this readathon for the 48-hour part. I'm going to try, but I have to go to bed at some point because I work tomorrow, and if I could stay up late, then sure, I could finish the Royal We. But I've been trying to get through No More Black Magic because I just had some sprints, and I have 40-some pages left, but it's 8 o'clock already, and I need to like kind of go to bed by like 10:30 because we have to get up early. Because now we have a Birb to feed, and the camera to to really unfocus there. Wow. Massive unfocusing. Look at the Birb. Focus on the Birb. Right? Look at her. How can you be unfocused when she's right there? A shameful camera. Much better. There we go. Pretty? Pretty, baby? Yes. Alright. We'll check back in a moment after I finish reading No More Black Magic. Alright, everybody. It's just about 10 p.m. and I have finally finished reading No More Black Magic by A.L. Kessler. You can see there are 2 tabs in here, but unfortunately they're not happy tabs. The book is good, don't get me wrong. I did enjoy this. I'm sorry the camera's not focusing very well, but it's dark and late and all that jazz. So anyway, it is a very interesting, fun read. When I started it, I was getting a lot of Dresden Files vibes from it, just like, oh, it's a female Dresden kind of thing. But it's not. It's in its own way. I think the only similarity is that she's kind of this detective who also has magic. I think that's pretty much where I did get a little bit of the I'm not like other girls vibe from her in the beginning, and then it kind of fleshed out a bit. I wasn't able to like really guess what was going on. In most like crime thriller things, the killer, usually if it's like a killer plot line, usually they are presented within like the first, well, in a TV show it's the first 10 minutes you meet them, and this one didn't like follow that trope. So I was like trying to figure out, I usually end up thinking like, oh, it's someone she's really close to that's betraying her, kind of a thing. And while there was some of that aspect, it didn't go like how I thought it was going to. So it didn't go with the standard tropes of a kind of crime genre, even though this is like an urban fantasy crime genre. But I did like it. I really enjoyed the relationship between her, the main character Abby, and Simon, who is a werewolf. I had some issues with it, but I did like how their relationship kind of progressed to like a decent friendship, because it's established early on that Simon has asked her out many times, and I just realized this is to do with that. And she's always said no, she's too busy and she doesn't want to date him, whatever. And that other people, it seems like everyone in her life wanted her and him to get together, and that's a trope I'm not a fan of, where it's like, oh, everyone knows this and it's so obvious. And there was a lot of emphasis, a little bit of telling in this one, in showcasing like when they were having more kind of platonic friendship moments that potentially could have a foundation for romance. It was like, it had to be blatantly stated that this was not romantic, this was platonic. And I'm like, it kind of ruined the vibe. It kind of ruins it for the reader to be able to interpret it for themselves, because I do feel like that A.L. Kessler is building a foundation for a romantic relationship between them. In like future books, there was no like sex or anything in this book, so this is not. I did actually honestly think, just by looking at the cover styles and things and the genre, that I was like, oh, is this going to be another paranormal romance thing with a lot of erotic scenes? And that's not what this is at all, which was a pleasant surprise for me. It's very fast paced. I do think this one could have used a little bit more, I don't know if it could use more, just maybe some different editing with some of how the plot progressed. And there was a bit of a repetitiveness with how the investigation was running. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain what I'm trying to say, because I did enjoy the book, but I know whenever I get into reviews of things, I usually end up talking about like slightly more not so positive things, not necessarily really negative, but that was one. The other one is why they're tabbed, because I started to count. But we use the phrase, the bad phrase that we don't use in writing anymore, not once but twice, ladies and gentlemen. I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. We did it twice, and I marked it because I wanted to be able to reference it back, and I'm guilty of using this phrase before, but not twice in one book. So I think it could have used a little bit of somebody else's eye in catching something like that. Especially, there was a lot, I think the thing that was weird with the repetitive was the repetitive need of the characters to, like, they do a thing and then need to eat and sleep, and then do a thing and then eat and sleep, and it was very repetitive in that routine. And it's like, yes, realistically people need to do this, but you don't have to do that in a narrative like this. It's not necessary to go through the entire scene of that happening. It could have been kind of cut off a little bit sooner for that. And there were a few moments of things that were quite just telling us that I think didn't need to be touched on. I think the readers can infer that for themselves. But the things I liked about this, which I did mention, like how the relationship between Abby and Simon is. Oh wait, I have one more thing I didn't like that I have to mention, and that's kind of like, it did feel like almost all the guy characters, except for a couple of them, all the guy characters that were, the young guy characters that were introduced, it did feel like everyone had to hit on her. So we had Simon, we had Nick, we have John, who did it. Yeah, it definitely felt, I don't know if Mason can be counted as one too. I don't think Mason was interested in her, but we had 3 guys into her, and it felt like way too much. The 3 guys, everyone having an interest in her, and it's that type of thing that makes her kind of not a Mary Sue, but it's a trope I don't like, where it's every guy has to love her, or everybody has to be interested in her in some way, but she's too busy for that. She's a working, her career, her work is more important than relationships and things, and it's just that type of character trope that I'm personally not a fan of. It wasn't that she wasn't a Mary Sue necessarily, which Mary Sue thing is a stupid concept, but I don't have a better term for it. But she was quite capable. We did have this latent power thing being brought up that kind of saves the day, but considering there are like 13 books in this series, I do think that A.L. Kessler has a big plan, big picture, that everything needed to kind of be hinted in book 1. But because of the way my brain works, and because, you know, I'm a writer as well, I start to pick them up very early, and I'm like, is that necessary? Was that necessary? Is this just trying to make this character be like as unique as possible? I don't know. That's just the writer brain going into it. Objectively, like, Abby's a very interesting character. I do like that she's focused on her work. Excuse where it's going to be like hypocritical here, but like, I do like that. I like that she wasn't focused on the men and everyone wanting to go, and everyone asking her out all the time. I liked that we did see a little bit of her being like, maybe I do like Simon, but I'm not going to do anything because I'm working on this. This is more important. So she had priorities, which was good. I did like that. I did feel like some of the side characters were a little one-dimensional, where it was like, we have Levi, who is her guardian, vampire guardian guy, who felt like he was 2 people, and he had 2 modes, and it was either he is vampire overlord and you need to obey me, and it was you must get protected, come home now. And those were like the 2 modes that you see them, and even with everybody else in it, it was constantly everyone wanting to take her back home for protection. And it was a little exhausting, this thing. I just said I was going to tell you guys all the things that I liked, and I keep picking it apart. I'm really bad at doing these reviews when, especially like, it's a book I like, but I still feel the need to take it apart. But anyway, okay, things that I liked about this. I did like this. I like the relationship that we saw between Abby and Simon. I like that she was a girl who had her priorities, who thought her way through things. I did like that even though some of the action scenes were shorter, I felt could have been drawn out, I did like how they went. I felt they were realistic. I'm glad that we had like realistic injuries inhibiting things, and it felt like the characters, especially when she was like making a deal or something, or negotiating with somebody, they were realistic negotiations that made sense for her characters, even though it could be frustrating for the reader. It's like, no, this makes sense for them to do this way. So I did enjoy that. And I do like the world building in this, because it's you know, an urban fantasy. It's a world where paranormal things and witchcraft and vampires and werewolves are very commonplace. So it was nice to kind of see how that would be integrated without it being like, you know, oh, it's somebody's, this is a rip on my own story, where somebody's being brought into the paranormal side of the world, where it's not secret. It's not a secret paranormal world. It's just, this is what it is. Like, there was insurance on her car for magical interference. And I'm like, yes, okay, cool. So I really liked that aspect of this world building. I do think there's a lot to be expanded on, which is probably why there's, you know, 13 books in this series, I think, so far. So I do want to read the next one and see where this goes. But yeah, that's No More Black Magic. Cool. I just spent a long time talking about that. And I promise, I know that I talk about, it's easier to mention the things that I don't like because they stick with you longer than the things that you do like in books. I don't know. That's just how my brain works. Maybe I'm just a negative person and that's how it's all gone down. So anyway, cool. I did not finish The Royal We. I didn't even get to touch it again tonight because I gotta go to bed, but there it is. Hello, everybody. Did you want to say hello? Meet the Birb. Yeah, cool. Hi. I need to set this somewhere. Hold on. I've made an error. I sat down and got comfy and then made a mistake. Will you stay there? Maybe. Okay, cool. So, hi. Today it's June 13th and I have finished listening to The Royal We by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan. And this was a chunky baby, but it's a contemporary romance dealing with a girl who falls in love with the Prince of Wales, right? Did you enjoy it? You listened to it a bit. Yeah. It was really cute. I went in with kind of lower expectations because all I heard about this prior was that, oh, it's Kate Middleton fan fiction. And I'm like, okay. And really the only connection to that is that this is a girl who falls in love with a prince and they get married. That's the only real connection. I didn't see the character of Bex as Kate Middleton at all. But I did really enjoy this. It reminded me how nice it is to be an ace person and not to be run by your hormones all the time, though. Because there's a lot of, the drama that happens here involves a lot of, like, people sleeping together or kissing each other. And yeah, I mean, there's other drama in it too. There's some sisterly drama, there's some brotherly drama, friendship drama. There's all kinds of drama in this, and I thought it was actually a very realistic take on the you know, if an American girl studies abroad, meets the prince, and they fall in love, and sorry, that's my email, and like the context of keeping a relationship secret for a long time, and even breaking up at a point, and then going full force and getting engaged and things, and all of the connotations that come with that, and the stresses that it can put on not only her but also everyone around her in her life. And it kind of like shows your friends what their true colors are, even your family's true colors. You're right. It's kind of a stressful situation. So I really enjoyed this. I actually gave this 4.5. I took down a half star because some of it, I'm like, some of the drama felt a little repetitive. And so it felt a little bit like it was too long. It didn't need to be over 600 pages or something. I don't know, no. Wait, why does it say it's not that? It's not over 600 pages. I think I typed in information incorrectly. Anyway, it's 477. Oh, there's also a bonus chapter in here I didn't get to read yet, though. It's not a bonus chapter. It's a little excerpt from Freddie's side, which I did. I'll probably read that in a moment then, because it's not included in the audiobook version. But the audiobook is like 18 hours long and fun, you know? It's fun. Fun. He's baby. That's a baby bird. Who's a baby bird? Is that a baby bird? Yeah. It's a baby bird. Anyway, so that's the royal we. We finished that. I'm gonna get back to work and we're gonna hang out. You wanna say anything to anybody? You wanna say, look at me, I'm so pretty? We do that now. Happy birthday, Mommy. Mommy. Happy birthday. Oh, my battery's dying, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you now?
I was out of alcohol.
Okay. Somebody get this woman alcohol.
Okay.
Yes.
So okay.
Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Happy birthday to you. It already blew out.
Not impressed.
Okay.
No wishes, sweetie.
No wishes.
You've used them all at 62.
Hey guys, have you seen my bird? She's not in her cage. Could she possibly be in my bed? Peekaboo. What are you doing? What are you doing? We want to be under the covers. Peekaboo? Peekaboo? I'm calling her Peekaboo now. Because we go, Peekaboo! Peekaboo! No, we're going to hide. Don't disturb us. It's our fort. I have a weird bird, guys. Peekaboo! Is that so funny? Peekaboo? Huh? Ha 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 ha. Peekaboo. We do this a lot. We happy. That's a long one. Good job. Okay. You want to be back under? Okay. It is June 16th. We have just finished listening to This Woven Kingdom, which matches you. You're very on brand for this one. This is by Dahaira Mafi. This is a new release. And it is a fantasy little romance going on here. And dealing with a girl who is a djinn. But she's formerly a princess of a ruined kingdom, basically. So now she is kind of making her way downtown, walking fast, trying not to get assassinated. And then she gets involved with a lot of fun stuff because she's in a prophecy, because she has ice in her veins, that the emperor or the king is determined to kill her because it's said that she will bring his downfall. And the prince also finds her and, you know, falls madly in love. Well, not madly in love. He is kind of obsessed with her, though. And we had a really good twist at the end here. It took me a bit to get into this one, I will say, but I did really enjoy this. I'm probably giving this a 4-star read. I definitely want to see the next book in the series. I think it's a duology. I'm thinking duology. I don't know, though. It could be a trilogy. Who knows? But I do know there is a sequel. Obviously, huge cliffhanger at the end here. But I really like it. Dahaira Mafi has really good skills in her prose and her language and stuff. And I just really enjoy it. What are you doing? Okay, time to do that. Sure. I really like it. I've read, she writes in a variety of genres and age groups, so I really just enjoy her writing in general. So what are you trying to accomplish, baby? Okay, we're just obsessively licking and chewing on my fingers. whatever. But yeah, there's this Woman Kingdom. Woohoo! Finished another one on the official TBR. So now I have a dilemma. So Libby dropped about 3 other books in front of this one, and now they're not incredibly long. I am slightly nervous though to finish them, but I'm gonna try. So the next up we have is The Murder of Mr. Wickham, which is only 12 hours long, so it'll only take me 6 hours to listen to it. But we have A River Enchanted and All My Rage. So all these 2022 releases just dropped, and I have to get done with them because I waited so long for them on here. But I'm also like, oh, I need to get other books done to be the TBR. But yeah, though. We still have so many others to get through. But we did this one, and it was a big book too. It's like a 500-page book, so we'll get through some shorter ones as quickly as possible. Yeah. All right, everybody. It's June 17th. The puppies are here, and they are meeting a MAMBO. Lucy, this is not food. This is a friend. Remember Samwise? You were super chill with Samwise? Remember? It's okay. It's okay. All right. Yeah. It's fine. It's a friend. It's a go friend. Bye-byes. Are you gonna be nice? This is not, no, stop licking your chops. You're not eating. Guys, if you don't ignore the bird, if you're not nice to the bird, you don't get to sleep over anymore. Okay? So we're gonna have a chill night. Okay? All right. I'm so nervous for this. See, the difference with Samwise and MAMBO is Samwise wasn't on me, didn't need so much attention. Samwise just stayed with his cage and hung out there, and so they could ignore him a lot easier. Now MAMBO needs to be here, so stop salivating, oh my god. So this will be a new endeavor here. Yeah, you guys can sniff the cage. Sniff it all, that's fine. But yeah, it's okay. We're gonna be friends, right? Friends. Hi everybody, it's June 18th. I intended to finish this last night, but I got so tired I couldn't. But I have finally finished Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. This is my classic of the month. It was also the selection for the word glass as the buzzword that I had to do. What? I'm examining things here, ma'am. Why do you want to be under Baymax? Like, okay, sure, okay. Anyway, I did like this more than I thought I would. I think I like Alice's Adventures in Wonderland more than Through the Looking Glass, though. I don't know why. The thing that's interesting is when you see the adaptations of Alice, they have much more of a narrative. And for each of the endings in the original books, the original stories, things just kind of snap back together. So there's no real, like, method of how she gets... And I remember watching... I don't even remember when it was from, probably the 80s or something, a live action Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, like TV movie thing. And I remember the Jabberwocky having a, like, I don't even recall the Jabberwocky except for the very first poem in this. I thought we actually had to deal with the Jabberwocky. But you don't actually have any other interaction. You don't have any interaction with Jabberwocky. So it's interesting to see those interpretations with Alice and how all of these kind of come together and how people interpret them for adaptations. But it is kind of, I don't want to say it's nonsense stories, but it's whimsical, there's satire, there's all different kinds of things. So it's not for everybody. It's definitely not everybody's cup of tea. Tea jokes in Alice in Wonderland. And that's the other thing with Hatter, with the Mad Hatter. Like, when you interpret Hatter there's so many ways people interpret the Mad Hatter, but he's only in one scene, really. So it's very interesting just knowing all the adaptations that I know versus now reading and have read the original material. And this is the Mina Lima version, by the way. It's another one that has a lot of fun interactive stuff in it. That's very, very fun to look at and read through. So I do recommend picking up the Mina Limas just for their experience in that. I've read the Peter Pan version now, so I have a few others that I own that I have not read just yet. But yeah, there it is. We've done our classic for the month. Yay! I still have 5 more physical reads. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more audiobooks to get through. I gotta get reading. Good evening. I have just finished listening to The Murder. The Murder of Mr. Wickham. And this was very fun. Sorry, I'm trying to get lighting in here while also not disturbing the bird because it's almost midnight. But I really wanted to stay up and finish this book. So this is really fun because it is basically taking a bunch of the characters in all of Austen's novels, throwing them in a house together, and then Wickham shows up and he gets murdered, and it's a little murder mystery. And so we all try to figure out who done it. And so we have the characters of Emma and Mr. Knightley, and we have Fanny and her husband Edmund. I always forget his first name. And we have Marianne and Colonel Brandon. We have Lizzie and Darcy. And we have Anne and Wentworth in this, and a few other side character stuff. But they also have some of their kids. So Lizzie and Darcy bring their youngest son, Jonathan. And then, I'm not sure, I forget how, but Juliet Tilney was invited as well. But Catherine and Henry are not there. So she's there, I think, per invitation from Emma herself. I don't know. But she's there, and so Wickham dies, and everyone's trying to figure out who done it, while also hiding all these other secrets going on. And I really, really liked this. There were parts where I was like, I don't want to see my, my favorite romantic couples, struggling in their marriages later on in life, because it like Lizzie and Darcy, obviously they have a grown son, and I think the author played it for as in publication order, so that's why the Tilneys and the Darcys have been already married for 20 years, but Marianne and Colonel Brandon had only been married a year. I forget the publication order, but I think it was done like that. It might have been. I don't know if that's true or not. I could just be hoping for that coincidence, but yeah. So that was kind of a fun thing, and then just having Juliet and Jonathan kind of running around trying to figure out the mystery and stuff, and having all these other side characters come back in. I was sad about the end of Lydia's story, because Lydia is already deceased in this book. She's not murdered or anything, but I'm just kind of sad, because I do kind of want justice for Lydia, and that's probably because of the Lizzie Bennet Diaries doing such a great portrayal of Lydia, that it made me see Lydia in a different light, and would really like to expand on all of the Bennet sisters, really. I'm so tired, but Murder of Mr. Wickham. So this was a new release, came out this year, I want to say in March, or April, or May, I don't know. Whatever, it came out this year, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and yay, Murder of Mr. Wickham, he's dead, the bastard's dead. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now, bye.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy Father's Day.
I know.
Lots of socks.
But read what they all say.
Read what the top says first.
Well,
I
yeah.
did. You can read this, bring me a beer. So we got best dad ever, grumpy old man.
I think that's the, if you could read this one.
Yep.
Yep.
BBQ master.
Get what that one says. Yeah.
Fix it.
Fix it. Yeah. Fix it. I thought they were all very you.
Yeah, they hit it all. They hit it all.
Especially the grumpy old man one. I thought that was
I was
pretty.
thinking that, best dad ever was probably the best.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Saw a t-shirt the other day that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I fix things.
Yeah.
I know stuff. I like that one.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, happy Father's Day.
Box of socks, thank you.
Sorry it's not whiskey, but I figured you have a lot of that already from birthday, so.
That's quite a bit, but you can never have too much whiskey. You see my sign.
I mean, yeah, it's, yeah.
My sign, yeah. There's
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much of anything is bad, but too much good whiskey is barely enough. so,
Exactly. Sure.
no such thing.
Hello, everybody. It is June 19th. It is Juneteenth. It is Father's Day. And I've mostly been cleaning. We cleaned a cage. And we did laundry. And we vacuumed. And we mopped. And we swept. We don't like that part. We don't like the mopping and stuff. Hi. What do you want to be? Okay. You want to go to your cage? There you go. There you go. Happy? Right in the ear. Satisfied, ma'am? Okay. Anyway, back to what I was going to talk about now that I'm deaf in this ear. We have spent today listening to Tales from the Hinterland, which is a book for the Hazelwood. It is, like, in the Hazelwood there is the book, Tales from the Hinterland, which is a collection of, like, fairy tale kind of, like, stories, but they're very dark. And if you read the physical copy of it, there's a lot of, like, pictures and stuff within each chapter. So this one was for, yes, for Art Inside Text, which is the book. It was also one of the 22 books of 2022 to read, and I really enjoyed this. I love Melissa Albert's writing style, especially in this. It's very haunting, and I liked all the different stories kind of involving different female protagonists and them kind of going down a darker path of how they're going to defeat kind of their own oppressors or their situations. There's a variety of stories in here, but they all have this kind of common theme of women taking control, but also not always going the way they plan, and so sometimes becoming villainous, dark things, because a lot of these characters that come to life in the Hazelwood are villainous creatures. So I really enjoy this. It's only a 6-hour audiobook. It's read by Rebecca Soler, who I love. So this was really, really fun and good, and I read it in a day, and yay, I finished a book. Oh god, now I have more to read. So I still have Plain Bad Heroines on here. We still have so many books in script to read, which I'm gonna read Our Stop next because it ends with a P, and then I'm gonna read Plain Bad Heroines because one of the prompts in whatever-a-thon is last letter, first letter. So last letter of Our Stop is a P, and then Plain Bad Heroines. So I'm gonna get that square that way. Yeah, that's the plan. Although I'm gonna edit some video right now and see where the rest of the day takes us, because I went over to see Dad, and then I came home and kind of crashed for a bit and lost all motivation, and then I cleaned. And I basically did that while I listened to Tales of the Hinterland. So there we go. We also have a humidifier working now. This is a big one because she's been sneezing, and one of the causes, there's a few different reasons why a Birb can sneeze, or why they sneeze, because she doesn't have any discharge or anything. So in theory it's because it is so dry here, and also it might have been because it's dusty. So I cleaned. So we've cleaned, we've added a humidifier, and now hopefully the humidifier doesn't make me sick, because usually when I use one I get a cold. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, so there we go. Tales from the Hinterland is done. Huzzah. Hello everybody. It is June 20th, June 20th. And I listened to, in a day, Our Stop by Laura Jane Williams. It's only an 8-hour audiobook, so only 4 hours really to listen to. So I did that today while I was at work. And this is a contemporary romance that frustrated the hell out of me because I get what this was doing. I didn't think it was going to drag on as long as it did. Dealing with a guy who sees this girl. He sees her at a restaurant, thinks her, and overhears her, and just kind of like falls in love with her after hearing her passionately rant about like gentrification and stuff. And then sees her on the train, and there are these little adverts called misconnections where you can kind of ask somebody out that you've seen on the tube, because this is set in the UK. And she sees it, and she's like, there's no way that's me, but her friends kind of convince her it is her, and so she replies back, and they have all these moments where they're gonna meet, and then something comes up because of the main character, Daniel. His father has passed away, so his mom calls him a lot because she's not dealing with that death very well, and then the main character of Nadia is kind of just a wreck and just kind of disorganized mess, so there's a lot of that happens. But literally I was getting so frustrated with them not meeting, and like Nadia goes through an entire other relationship in this book before she really meets him, and you don't meet him till you're 83% in, and even then it's barely anything, and we don't actually get them like actual conversation and knowing who the other one is. Like the guy, he always knows who she is. She's the one who's clueless to it, so it has that bit of that You've Got Mail vibe. They do mention Nora Ephron in this, so this is kind of like an homage to Nora Ephron, and especially to You Got Mail in that sense. And I got so frustrated with it because it takes forever for them to even get together, and then you don't get to relish in it, and that's one thing that frustrates me a lot in contemporary romance, is there's too much of the will they won't they miscommunication kind of stuff, and then you get it in the last little bit and then the book is over, and I just let me live in the romance a little bit. So I wasn't entirely happy with this one. It was still like cute and good, and I liked some of the stuff it did, but that part just made me angry. So if you do like that kind of thing, you know, if you are, I mean, I do like the movie You've Got Mail, but it is a frustrating thing when the guy knows, and well, especially You've Got Mail, because he kind of toys with her, and that made me agree with that. We're not talking about You've Got Mail though, but this one he doesn't really toy with her. He has his own insecurities about coming forward, so that makes more sense. This was the card Dual POV, which it was, although there was a third POV that popped in for one chapter. So we're not counting that one, but yeah. But that was Our Stop. We did that. Hooray. Put it in the pile. I still have so many books to get through. We're gonna really try to push. I'm reading Ace right now. I am reading it fast. I'm trying to. I'm already almost halfway through Plain Bad Heroines, which is my chunkiest book, I think, left. I still have Last Namsara, which is chunky, but the rest of them are not as bad. But it's June 20th. We don't have much more time. This is going to be a stressful rest of the month, and we have new things happening this month coming soon on Thursday that you'll see. But yeah, are you okay, baby? I hear you. Good night. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, that was Our Stop. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have another review, maybe 2 reviews, so we can get through books, because Hello everybody. I'm kind of mid-workout right now, but I just finished listening to Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth, the massive chunk of a book, and I read it in 2 days. I'm really booking it for books right now. I'm booking it. Anyway, it's June 21st, by the way. We've now finished Plain Bad Heroines. I went into this with actually low expectations because I've heard not great things about it, but I actually enjoyed this a lot. It's very spooky. There were times as I was listening to this book where I got lost in what timeline we were in, because it goes over like several different timelines. So it was kind of hard to keep track at some points, but I did really enjoy it, especially in the modern timeline. with our actresses and the creepy things happening, but also this kind of movie within a movie kind of aspect happening. I thought this was really, really good. I enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna give it about 4 stars. It was very interesting with the historical aspect of it as well, and weaving in all these narratives that, you know, are based on the Mary McLean book, which I kind of want to read. I've never read it. I hadn't even heard of it before picking up this book. But yeah, it's a chunky baby. It's like a 19 and a half hour audio book, so it took a bit to get through. This was my blind pick that I had to do, right? It was, yes, blind pick. And I get to spin the wheel for a reward. Yay. But yeah, I really like this. It took me a while to like the character of Merritt though. Like, girl is kind of a bitch, and I was really annoyed with her in her attitude towards Audrey in their first kind of interactions. I wasn't really a huge fan of the relationship that happened later with Merritt, Audrey, and Harper. I'm just kind of like, what? Not really understanding it. And I felt like, I don't know, I guess they did kind of come to terms with their initial meeting and stuff. I just felt like I wanted more of Merritt feeling guilty for how she treated Audrey in the beginning, and more of her just like apologizing and groveling a bit to Audrey, who I felt was like, it was weird. I don't want to spoil what the relationship kind of is, because it's still kind of undefined by the end of the book, but they all get much closer while they're on set for the movie, and it kept feeling like Audrey was kind of conveniently, not conveniently, but like she was there, so might as well include her, and it didn't necessarily feel organically how it was meant to be portrayed. But that's just my opinion of it. I don't know. You can read it and see what you say. See what you find for it. But anyway, yes, there's that. So we have read Blind Bad Heroines. Huzzah! Yay! Chunky book. Still got 5,000 other books to read. I also, while doing that today, finished another bookmark that says I am 99% literary references. It's a little squished at the end here because references is a big word. But we finished that one. It's got the little birdies on the other side. And I don't know if I showed you guys this one, but I did do Talk Wordy to Me. So we now have finished 6 bookmarks. We still have like 8 to go. But, you know, I did this one totally today. Like within a couple hours, I had done the whole bookmark, so. Woo! And our next adult subscription box from Fairyloot has arrived. So let's open it. Blinding light. Oh yeah, look at that nice streak of light right across my face as we open this. Okay. Nope. There's just, this is a bad place I sat. Okay. So anyway, the theme was Hex Appeal. I don't know what the book is. I'm not looking at the back of the card. Hex Appeal. What could be it? Like, the only thing I can think of is a book that I already own, but that came out like a year or 2 ago. So I have no idea what this one is. Ooh, it's got some black sprayed edges and a yellow cover with pink. Okay. Who is she? I don't know. Huh! What is it? I don't know this. This is a book I am unfamiliar with. Her Majesty's Royal Coven. This is one government department you don't want to mess with, apparently. I have not heard of this book. Oh, it has a thing on the side. Oh, it's got Latin. Perdoce sed exhibe nunquam auri magis caveque. Wait, I speak Latin a little bit. And we have it signed in here. You can see. Signed. All right, hidden among us is a secret coven of witches known as Her Majesty's Royal Coven. They protect crown and country from magical forces and otherworldly evil. But their greatest enemy will come from within. There are whisperings of a prophecy that will bring the coven to its knees, and 4 best friends are about to be caught at the center. Will Helena, Neve, Leonie, and Elle be able to stop the prophecy before it's too late, or will the differences that they have seen them grown apart since childhood be too great to overcome? Life as a modern witch was never simple, but now it's about to get apocalyptic. Okay. Let's take a look at... Let's see here. Ooh, my goodness. Okay. Oh, it wraps all the way around. Okay. Look at this. My goodness. Okay, okay. All right. Juno Dawson. Cool. Yeah, I have not heard of this one at all. This one's completely off my radar. But we will see. You know. What I love the color scheme on this. It's actually kind of hilarious because when I was in high school, we did a mural that was this color scheme. That was our senior gift to the school. It was stupid and we all hated it, but like kind of living for it in this context. Woo! All right. Very interesting. Cool, cool, cool. So it is an exclusive cover. I don't know what the original cover is. Okay. And this is the first installment in a trilogy. So we'll just put that in here. Now I wonder what the next month will be, but this is this month. Cool, I'm gonna get back to my workout. Hello everybody, it is June 22nd. I finished reading Ace. What Asexuality Reveals About Desire, Society, and the Meaning of Sex. Sorry, I'm like super tired. I had to kind of push to finish this one because I'm like, I gotta finish it today, but I'm so tired. But you can tell, I really like this book. It's tabbed. I tabbed basically all the parts in this that I resonated with, that felt like I was being seen, or things I've thought, or I was like, this is good information that I didn't know. Any part that really just jumped out to me. So I will be giving this a 5-star read. I do think a lot of people should read this book, regardless if you are ace or not. This is actually written for allos, or people who are not ace. It's written with the intention to help educate those, but for people who are ace, like myself, it is a nice confirmation and an exploration in all the different ways that asexuality can exist. And it's not, you know, one clear-cut path. And I really liked reading this, and I want to lend it to like so many people so that they can better understand, because there's a lot of instances in here where she talks about her own experiences or has interviewed other people about their experiences being ace and how the reaction of people. And I've had so many of these similar reactions when I've told people that I'm ace, and just the crazy amount of questions or even people trying to deny me this identity is ridiculous. And especially now that I am in a relationship, there will be people who would say, well, you're in a relationship now, so you can't be ace, kind of thing. And that's just not the case at all. And I want more people to understand what it is to be ace, or under the ace umbrella, because there's a lot of identities under the terminology of being an asexual person. So there's more than, there was a few in here that I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was a thing. And that was kind of a nice new information for me as well, as I learn more about my own identity, as it shifted since I discovered the term, because I discovered asexuality in 2011 via Tumblr, and that's kind of the time in my life where I was like, oh, this fits me. And then further exploring from that. It's funny because she mentions how a lot of people learn about asexuality through Tumblr, and it's like, yeah, that's where I learned it from. But it's existed, you know, forever. It's just never had a clear-cut definition, because it is a very broad spectrum of how people react, or how people just were born, and just not being able to, you know, fully explain what that meant and dealing with all of the other things that come with being ace, the doubt and the ideas that, you know, people who are ace are broken, or it's a psychological disorder, or they just need to get over themselves, or just prudes, or whatever. There's a lot of different ways people react to asexual people, and I wish everyone could read this book and get better understanding of what it is to be ace. So, yay, which now this book completes Guildathon for me. I've still got more books to read, but that was the last prompt in my guild, which is Storm's Rage, was to read a non-fiction book. So, now I've completed Guildathon. We've still got all these other books to read. I have 3 more physical reads to do, because I forgot one of them that I thought was physical I do have on Scribd. And then a bunch more audiobooks still. And I was listening to A Marvellous Light today. I was intending to finish it, but that's not gonna happen because I'm just gonna go to bed and we'll finish it tomorrow. So that's the plan. Okay, bye. Hello everybody. It is June 23rd? 23rd? Maybe? But we have finished listening to A Marvellous Light by Freya Marsk. And this was delightful. It did take me a bit to get into this one. I was a little lost in the initial world building, but once I found my footing, I ended up really liking it. I really liked, especially in fantasy in general, a lot of times when you do like magic, sometimes people don't put in great parameters for magic. I'm guilty of this. And I really liked the limitations that were put on this while still being fantastical and kind of like, whoa, you can do that with magic. But I really liked that. I liked the relationship that develops. This is a gay romance, as well as kind of this mystery and fantasy world. So it's got a little mix of genre in it. And, I mean, once it really kicked off in the romance, we're like, whoa, that was a lot more than I thought was going to happen, but we got it. You want to come up here? What do you want to do? You want to be here? We're here, by the way. Hello. Look at us. We're so cute. What did you think of A Marvellous Light? What did you think of this book? Did you like it? Yes? You're excited more for the sapphic romance that comes out next? Called A Restless Truth. Yeah, so there is a sequel to this book coming out later this year, I believe in November, which is dealing with Maud, who is Robin's sister, right? It's Robin's sister. Yes, I'm pretty sure. And so Robin is not magical, Maud is not magical, but what happens in this one is Robin accidentally gets promoted to this position as a magical liaison for the Prime Minister, and he has no clue what's going on and is very confused, and then his predecessor is missing, and these men attack him, wanting him to get a thing that his predecessor was hiding. So yeah, they're doing that and trying to solve like where the predecessor is, what's happened to them. What are you doing, you weirdo? She's taken to my foot. Hey, that's a foot. That's been in a shoe all day. Weirdo. You weirdo. Okay, we'll just stand by my foot. Sure, why not? But yeah, and so his coworker is Edwin, who is magical, but not very magical. And they start off, have a rocky start, kind of become closer friends, and then it develops into a romance with them. So it's very cute that way. I really like it. I thought it was good. It just took me a bit to get into the world of it, so I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars on here. I have a few more books left for audiobook. I still have 3 left to fully read, so we are waiting for someone's flight to come in, and it's delayed. So I think I'm just gonna read my physical book while I wait. I think I'm just gonna do that. I did a little bit of writing today. I need to do a lot more, but I think the having the books and overwhelming is kind of like where my mindset is at. My mindset is not in writing mode, so we're gonna do that. Cool. Turn around.
Hiya. Hi, buddy.
Well, I no longer have my own bird. Mambo has taken to Fee like absolutely crazy and will not get off her.
No.
Won't do it.
Watch. Try to take her
Come
off.
here. Yeah, no, we don't want to. We don't want to. We want to stay on Fee. Fuck you, Mom. No one loves you anymore.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go to work and not come home ever. And I guess you live here now. This is your bird.
I mean, I guess.
Honey. Honey. Ma'am. Why don't you love me anymore? Oh, yeah, I don't. I don't cut your grapes and peel your grapes and your snap peas and your broccoli. I don't do any of that for you. Change your water all the time, clean your cage, yeah. Whatever. Fine. So here is your... I don't know where we're going to park, but we're over here. We're going to Crumble Cookies! Woo! Which is a Colorado spectacular.
I can't zoom in right now because my hands are full.
So Crumble Cookies, this is Crumble Cookies. It's a very famous cookie place here in Colorado.
I'm excited.
There are many of them around Colorado, a little chain, and they're kind of the best cookies you'll ever eat in your entire life.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Let's go. There's no coffee in here. It smells like sweet stuff. I smell coffee. Go pose by it. Oh, we're like real vloggers now.
Excitement.
All right.
Hold on, let me wipe off the droplets.
It's raining a little bit now. So we have the crumble cookies. They're still warm. And this is them for anybody who actually cares. So we have blueberry cheesecake, honey bun, galaxy brownie, cookie butter, ice cream, and a classic milk chocolate chip. So, what would you like to taste test?
What do you think
Obviously.
I'd like to taste test
I'm
first?
gonna taste test the galaxy brownie because I know you won't eat this one.
I mean, I will, but like, not a lot.
It's warm and delicious. Ready? Oh my god. Mmm.
Holy shit.
Told you.
Oh my god. Perfection.
I told you.
Like, it's crispy on the outside, but then like chewy in the middle,
Yep.
and then the frosting, and then, oh.
Hello, everybody. It's June 24th?
Yes.
24th. Hi.
Hi.
We're here, and I just finished listening to The Last Namsara. Ooh, that's so shiny.
Wow,
Last Namsara. Yeah, not a single scar on this face. This was actually a big surprise for me. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. I'm mad at it for a certain death. Therefore, I take away a star.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting world building.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fantasy world. It's a high fantasy with dragons. And we have a character, our main character, who is known as Iskari, who is a little, not a little, sorry, I was looking at the bird and thought little. She basically is a dragon hunter, the designated dragon hunter. She's feared, she's cursed, she's all these things. She's also the daughter of the king, and her brother is the heir. And what do you want to be on camera? Is that the thing? You want the attention?
Always.
Yes, look at me. I'm the last Namsara. Are you a dragon? Are you a dragon?
Yeah.
Are you Kozu?
Yeah.
Are you a pretty dragon? Go get her. Okay. But yeah. So I really like this. There is like a very slow burn romance in it that I really, really liked. We're gonna go in the boobs, okay? And honestly, this could easily be a standalone. Like, easily.
Yeah.
It does not have to continue. I know it does, because there's obviously 2 more books. But that has a nice wrap up. There's no, like, horrible cliffhanger.
That's good.
But it definitely has the option to continue the story, which it's going to take, but it doesn't need to. So if you want just a standalone, you can just read the first book and be done with it, or you can choose to go on. Baby, squawk. Baby. It's very inappropriate to do that.
She has not stopped since I got here.
Doesn't love me anymore. So anyway, but that's it, and this was a 22 of 2022, so that's done. How many books I got left? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. 5 and a half more books to read this month.
Wow.
Can I do it?
I think you can.
I don't know. There's at least 2 more have to be physical reads. And the rest...
A whole week.
A whole week where I also have to finish my writing goals.
Oh yeah.
And all my other goals.
Oh yeah.
And we're going out the next 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Can I? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, how's your book?
It's pretty good. Lots of spite, and I'm kind of digging it.
I like some spite.
Yeah.
Spite's good. Cool.
3 sisters. It's about 3 sisters, and they've kind of had a falling out.
Then they're done that.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's
And they're
it's
witches?
pretty good. And they're witches.
And they're
yes.
witches. Fantastic. Haha. You wanna? How's your book? What are you reading?
Yeah.
I'm reading a book called How to Take Over the World.
Yup.
By being a cute ass Birb. And taking lots of baths and getting
Lots of
blow
boob
dried
time.
and boob time. Yep.
Fine.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, we're vlogging.
Hi.
Yes,
We're vlogging. It's Adventure Day.
Adventure.
It's, what is it today? June 25th? 4th?
Oh, 5.
5? What?
I don't know.
What? I don't know, but we're going on an adventure. Fee doesn't know about this adventure.
I don't.
You're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
Secret adventure! Secret adventure to downtown! Secret adventure! Having a good time. Having a good time?
I am.
Cool. Only sad thing is we can't bring Mambo.
Yeah.
I mean, technically I probably could, but you know, I don't have release yet.
Beautiful event.
It's an event!
I saw the flower, so I had a little bit of an inkling. Then I saw a whole family of Asian descent of some sort, and I'm like, wait, I'm a weeb. Stephanie's a bit of a
This isn't
weeb.
necessarily a weeby event, though.
True. Else they would have had an anime character instead of a flower.
Right, exactly. But I do imagine many a weeb will be here.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, as evidenced by the car we're next to.
Yeah.
So I'll be the line editor, you be the copy editor, and then Stephanie will be the developmental editor.
Perfect.
Oh my God, I love it.
You see where we're at now? It's the Cherry Blossom Festival! Woo!
I've never seen cherry blossoms in person. Is there gonna be actual?
They probably have already done.
Dang.
They do have,
there's fake
those are fake ones, but they
Yeah.
do have trees planted here.
Okay.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, they
That's what I
do.
said they did.
They have them planted at the Capitol.
Oh, okay.
But they're done. It's June.
Yeah.
They're done. It's late June. But we're going to the Cherry
Which is
Blossom
why I don't
Festival.
understand why this is their summer festival.
Right.
It's probably just...
They should have done a ton of Buddha Festival.
Probably this is when they...
And then it's my birthday. Are you excited?
I am.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say it's their street. Yeah.
All right.
Can we go yet? Can you change now?
You're like, I'm just going.
It's gonna
Get
change.
that security guard look.
Yeah.
Stop the cars. You're like, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Start doing the symbols.
Yeah,
like
they'll
the
be like,
hand
no,
signs.
you have
Yeah,
to go this way. You have to go. The road's closed, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
Winnie, eh? I just got home from work. You want to come here? No, you want to be there. Okay. That's fine. But, you know, standard vlog moment. I finished a book. Yay! We listened to the Monstrumologist all day today, basically, while I was at work. And it's fine. When was this even made? Because they talk about 2008 in here. 2009. 2009. That's how old this baby is.
Wow.
It was fine. Like, it's a good spooky book. I do like the monsters that are real monsters in it. It's a fun read. It had a good twist at the end, but it couldn't hold my attention. So that's probably just gonna give it a 3-star, because it was fine. I probably won't continue with the series because it didn't hold my attention long enough for me to get into it. I really only got into it at the end when the plot twist happened, but otherwise it's fine. I didn't really like the narrator for it. For a second though, I thought the narrator was the same narrator for Name of the Wind, but it's not.
Okay.
Because he had a similar cadence in his tone, but it didn't work for all the characters. And I didn't really like the actual Monstrumologist guy, he's the doctor, and then you have Will Henry, who is the kid that kind of helps him out. And I just wasn't into it. I also did not like one of the deaths that happened in this book. There's a lot of deaths that happen in this book, but one in particular I was like, he deserved better. But yeah, so it's fine. It's fun. I think it'd actually be I don't know if it's actually middle grade or not, but it kind of feels middle grade-y, because I think Will Henry is pretty young, but I think even though it's like a scary, spooky book, I think a middle grader would really like this one. So, yeah. So I still have like 4 books left to finish this month.
And we're on the 28th?
Yep. Yeah. So, audiobook wise, because I do work the next 2 days and they're short books and I can listen to them while I'm, you know, processing invoices, I can get those. I'm determined to finish Want tonight because I have 50 pages left. But it's going to be a Sophie's Choice. Reading Golden Boys or The Calculus of Change.
I say the shortest one first.
Well, that would probably be The Calculus of Change. But Golden Boys is gay.
Well, then you get it on your birth month, so...
I guess. I just feel bad not completing it this month. Oh, well. Okay, pretty bird. Pretty bird. What you thinking?
Well... Yeah. Yes.
I
Yes.
have to breathe after doing that one.
Oh goodness.
It's a lot of just breathing, inhaling when I'm doing that. It's all inhale.
Yeah.
Opera training. I can breathe that long. Okay. Pretty bird. Pretty bird, come love your mother. No, you don't want to. You not want to love your mother? Okay. She hates me again. I had her for the last 2 days. Now we're back to loving me only.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did have an awful lot of time under the covers. So.
What'd you do with my bird? Right, I said I would finish a second book, and I have finished a second book, and that is Want by Cindy Pon. You see it well? It's kind of a dark... Ooh, now we look demonic. But this is really, really good. This is highly underrated. There you go. Highly underrated book. There is a sequel to it, but it does also well as a standalone. It is a sci-fi dystopian and very timely, even though this was published in 2017, I want to say. And it has a virus in it. And pollution issues and class warfare, and it's got a lot going for it, and I really enjoyed it. I do think this is highly underrated and more people should be reading this book. So I gave it 4. There is a character death in it that I'm like, no body, no death. That's the rule of character deaths. So I am holding out that he is still alive for the sequel, but I'll have to read the sequel to find out. Overall, I really, really like this. I really like the world building in it. I really like the characters in it. Everybody's really pretty cool. And it's
it's really, really good. It's just very underrated. It's just under everyone's radar. And I've only known one other booktuber that's read this book, and they also gushed about it. And we're like, why haven't more people been talking about this? And I think maybe it's just a case of just not enough advertising for it. But here's your advertisement for it right now. Read Want, and then the sequel Ruse, but I can't fully endorse it yet because I haven't read it yet. No. Do you want, hey, you match the cover. You match the cover. You want to pose? You want to pose for the thumbnail? No? Okay. Alright, anyway. Hello, everybody. It's the 29th, June 29th. Today, I started and finished Out of Character by Annabeth Albert, which is the sequel to Conventionally Yours. It's more companion, but it's also a sequel. This was for the card Friends to Lovers, and it definitely was. It was friends to enemies to friends to lovers. Well, not really enemies. It was, I don't know. It's complicated because they were best friends in high school and stuff, or like in like primary school and stuff, and then one of them became a jock and decided they couldn't hang out with them anymore. Rude. And one of them was coming out as gay, and the other one was closeted as hell. So that ruined a relationship there with them, and then they you know, make their way back to each other. But it kicks off right away. Like, the pacing in this is boom, boom, boom for a lot of the stuff that just goes down. Like, the first book, like, it took a while for those two characters to get into a friendship zone and stuff, and for the plot to actually begin. This one, the plot's just like, boom, right here, here's what's happening, we're in this now. Let's make the deal stuff. And yeah, it was boom, 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 boom. I really did not care for the audiobook narrators. Because this is set in New Jersey, so they both do pretty heavy New Jersey accents, and one of them sounds like baby Will Shatner. Yes. The way that they were talking. So it was not a great audiobook, but the story itself and like the characters themselves save it enough that it's okay. Like, fine. I did think their pacing within their relationship was kind of fast, with how fast it grew. It's fine because it's cute as hell, but realistically, red flags. You know, so yeah, but I loved it. It was great. I like the duology. I'm gonna have to tab this one too, because I didn't have it with me to tab, but I'll have to go through it and tab it just like the first book. Of course, because
What do you want?
I just want to be a bird, okay? We just want...
And then
yes, I'm trying to figure out my plan.
And then...
Doing that... Yeah. I want to figure... We want to go under the covers is what we're trying to do.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out the best method to become a destructive force. So, because that's what she is. Right?
Yes, very much so.
Very destructive. So, okay, I'm tired now. Bye. I get that we're kind of sorry, there is a bug crawling up my wall right now that I need to take care of. I don't know where this bug came from.